And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Thursday, July the 9th. What a week we've had. It's flying by. And boy, we got some rain yesterday, didn't we? That come out of nowhere. Well, I don't guess it really did come out of nowhere. We knew it was going to rain, but a bucket of rain come down yesterday afternoon. By 6 o'clock, it was still squishy everywhere you stepped from that showers that came through. Expect more of the same today. We'll get into the forecast here in just a few moments as we begin our Thursday. I do hope you're doing well. You got a smile and you're ready to tackle the world as we get ready for this. We'll tell you about some things that are going on around the country, what you should be aware of, some things to think of. And, one thing to ponder on with everything that is going on with names being changed and statues falling, what is next? What will American history be before long? Because someone is going to take the books and rewrite history by the time it reaches the schools. That hadn't been said, but that is coming. I think we all know that. Of course, we saw this week where Jackson, Mississippi had Andrew Jackson's statue taken down. It'll be more. All of that is coming. So just be prepared for what is out there. Well, as we turn to take a look at the weather this morning, let's first off see what the National Weather Service has to tell us here. And what about rain? Let's go over and take a look here. Rain chances today. It looks like we've got them. And the line will pretty much be the heavier rain from about the split at 59. That southwest corner won't be as bad, but to the northeast of there, all in these areas, Kemper and most of Philadelphia, Noxubee, Neshoba County, Noxubee, all these areas will get more rain than those to the southwest of there. So that's sort of where it is. And forming out on the East Coast is a tropical, subtropical depression that should come along this weekend just around South Carolina and these areas there. Not supposed to be a full-blown hurricane, but it looks as though it will be possibly a tropical storm. They've been getting a lot of rain and damage to roads in those areas over the last few days that they really don't need anymore. Well, as we turn to weather this morning, brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. We go to radar this morning, and we are already picking up showers. Now, this is blowing across and headed toward Alabama. As we zoom in here, we've got areas here up in the northeastern corner of Lauderdale County and into Kemper County getting showers this morning. We look at this, light showers just to the northeast of Lauderdale and those areas up to the state line just past Dalewood. Y'all have gotten some rain. As we go into Kemper County, southern Kemper there at about 2 Mile Bottom there as you come up on Porterville. Areas just to the south and right around Scuba have rain. And then out here west of DeKalb on Highway 16 where 493 and 495 all meet there on Highway 16 going into Neshoba County, some heavier showers this morning. So that's what you've got as an overview. A little bit of light stuff up there around Sugarlock today. As we back out what's going on nationwide, we start seeing that more rain in Alabama, and we move out here to these areas here around Wichita, Kansas. Lots of rain across the nation. That's where the worst of the weather is today, as it gives you an update. Now, what does our forecast call for overall for us today? A 70% chance of showers today, and is very likely again in the afternoon, high in the upper 80s. We'll want to watch these heat indexes. Now, to our west, they're running 105, 110. It's going to be warm here. We'll watch these. By tonight, 30% chance of showers. And tomorrow, our heat index will climb to 105. 60% chance of rain to end the week. Highs will be probably 92, 93, somewhere along in there. As we move into the weekend, well, we've got rain chances, but they're not as huge as they were. 30% chance on showers on Saturday, and then we'll get 40% on Sunday. So that's a brief outlook for our weekend forecast. So maybe it's not going to be as bad as we thought it would. We'll have some areas where you can actually do something without getting soaked. It just seems to happen every day, doesn't it? Gets old after a while. Just can't help that. Well, as we go to news stories this morning, we switch gears and switch over, and this is a sad note that comes about today. The Glee actress Naya Rivera, if I'm saying that correctly, is missing and presumed dead after she and her son were in a boat in a North Los Angeles lake. He was found by someone floating in the boat by himself. She was gone. They had to suspend the search last night. They will continue today. Prayers for her. It's not looking good, though. I never watched Glee, but that's horrifying. And you know that little boy had to have seen it. As we go to our next story, do you remember this guy? Please refer to me as Lieutenant Colonel, please. He is retiring. He says that he's been picked on, and he's got to go home. So he is retiring. Lieutenant Colonel. I want to make sure I said that right. As we look at this, the bird watcher, do you remember the lady from New York City that called the cops on the bird watcher guy? He says that he thinks she has suffered enough, and if the district attorney wants to do more to her, he'll have to do it alone. He said she's lost her job, she's lost everything she's had over this, and he just doesn't feel right of doing any more. For whatever she's done wrong, he said he feels she's paid for it. And that's a good attitude on that. No word yet as to what they will do in Manhattan, more charges to her. As the candidate, people make things up. You always have to realize that not everybody talking to you is telling the truth. A candidate that was running for county commissioner, I believe this is in Oregon, is where this all went down, penned a letter to himself and said that a racist letter to himself, and then released it to Facebook and said, look what I just got in the mail. Well, it didn't happen. And also turns out he never served in the U.S. Coast Guard like he had said earlier. He was busted. Charges will be filed against him. Have you seen this video? A Marine catches a 3-year-old boy from a 3-story building. It was on fire. His mother was in it. He ran up. She throws the baby out. He catches it. Unfortunately, his mother passed away in that. He was a former Marine and college wide receiver, but a good story at the ending for the little boy. We do hate his mom passed away in that fire. Other things that are going on, the Florida guy, and this is one of those examples why I don't do as many videos or show them as I could, because this rant was awful on an elderly woman. This guy was in Costco, and a lady asked him to wear a mask, and he just commenced to cussing her. He was bad, and he is no longer employed. Daniel Maples was terminated from the Ted Todd Insurance Company after this went viral. I don't see why people do this. You know, all you got to do is say yes, ma'am, and go on about your business. I think it goes back to, at the end of the day, being taught manners as a child. Really, I think it all stems from that. All these fights, these arguments that we have in the world, somebody needs to be a parent for these kids. As we move forward, this is sad. 200-year-old business has filed bankruptcy. Now, I know you've seen the commercials, Brooks Brothers, where they sell the suits. Well, it's all because there's not enough people working now to buy suits. They say that they've sold suits to 40 U.S. presidents, and they have filed for Chapter 11, I believe is where that is. That's bad news. So that's sort of where we are on news stories this morning. That's where it's all going, and we'll be back in just a moment there with an update and an extended forecast.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
For long, they're going to have to be selling lawnmower blades that are waterproof. They can cut through that. Man alive. As we go to our extended forecast this morning, we start looking past the weekend, and we've got that 40% chance of rain there on Sunday, 30 on Saturday. As we look to the work week, 40, dropping down to next Wednesday to only a 20% chance of rain. Could it be? We keep our fingers crossed that we might dry out for just a little bit. So that's where we stand on the weather this morning. And again, as we turn back to think about what today brings, it is a 70% chance of it. You're not going to get out of it today. Highs will be in the upper 80s and more to end the week with a 60% chance of rain. But those heat indexes are going to start climbing. You mix that with a little water and heat, and it's bad hot. So make sure you've got plenty of liquids if you're going to be outside doing something today. Again, let me thank you for being a part of this. I do appreciate it. It means a lot. Tell a friend, share with a friend, invite your friends to Scotty Ray's Weather so you'll be up to date. When the weather turns bad, we will go street by street all the way to keep you posted as to what the weather is doing.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by